Yes guys, what's going on? Hashtag Shura here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. 2 videos in 2 days. Yes, clearly at this point the world is actually going mad. If there's any living proof of it, it is this. But as you guys can see by the title here today, we have got a very, very special one. This is going to be my game in the E-Lions event that I played in recently against the main man, none other than Tekkz. Very, very good mate of mine. But to briefly explain to you guys, this is basically in a tournament for the chance to represent England. Now, I had to play a qualification process for this tournament a few weeks back, which I qualified for back then, which then put me into the live broadcast. So here, there was 8 players left on the Xbox, 8 players left on PS as well, and there's 2 spots available. So I had Tekkz on my side of the bracket, and we'll get into the game very, very shortly here. This video is going to be very similar to the one I did sort of last year from the Draft Story Cup where I played against Gorilla. Sort of just analysing the game, looking through the game at the key moments and the goals, etc. and stuff like that, as you guys can probably expect. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into the video, shall we? So guys, into the game we go here. As you can see, E-Lions the Eliminator, Tekkz the main man, coming up against myself in the semi-final. This is the semi-final, obviously, and then if you get to the next round, you play for the actual England spot. Like I said, 8 players, 2 spots, if that makes sense. As you can see here, this is the squad that I was using because this is from Tekksz's perspective. I'll get up on the screen at some point Tekksz's team that he was using as well, but as you'll see by the team, they're very similar teams-ish. But Tekkz, I've gone for the route of Team of the Year Mbappe. Tekkz went for the R9. Tekkz is kind of stuck with R9. Which I respect. It was very difficult to get rid of the big man. But here we go. Huge game here. Coming up against the main man, Tekkz. And as you can see here, so basically I've edited down to the highlights. And as you can see here, Tekkz with an early little mistake here. Very unlike Tekkz. He'd say the exact same there. Tried to pounce on it, but obviously Tekkz is so good in defense. He's so quick at recovering from a situation. So here with CR7, we're trying stuff and trying skill moves to get around Tekkz. We try a little bridge there. But his defense is so hard to get around. As you can see there, the nice little McGeady cancel coming out. I'm trying to work a chance. Mbappe shouldn't really be shooting from there. Interesting one. I don't know. It could have been a good chance, but yeah. So Tekkz in this game was playing a 4-2-3-1, which is not something you see very much on this game. And as you can see here, great chance for Tekkz there. He really could have scored that for sure. If it had literally just played that one extra pass to R9, it'd have been fine. I tried this long through ball to Mbappe here, and unfortunately, we are offside. However, 35th minute here, CR7 running through on goal. We tackle him high up the pitch, which, again, not something I expect to do against Tekkz very often. But one thing I wanted to do was just make sure I wasn't trying to back off too much against him in this game. And CR7 puts it in for 1-0. And at the time, I'm just thinking, right, just chill. Just relax, right? We're literally, it's 1-0. 2 legs of FIFA. This is a best of 2, guys, as well. Goes on for a very long time. Like, things can change so quickly. And here, try this through ball again. Obviously, you guys will know the through balls are a very big meta in this game. And CR7 is inches away. Poor defending from me here. As you can see, I didn't mark the through ball. And Tekkz has got a great chance here just before half-time. Mbappe coming in, doing a skill move. The scoop. Now, one thing that I will mention is very sort of relevant to this game is that me and Tekkz have practiced against each other so much in FIFA that we kind of know what each other are doing by this point. Obviously, he is probably the most unpredictable player in the world. It's probably why he's the best. Been the best for the last few years. But still, we have played so many times, so I kind of know the way that Tekkz likes to attack. I did pretty well there to get that last attack going. I'm surprised the ref didn't blow the whistle there. However, we've got Reece James on the corner. Now here, I'm just saying to myself, right, if I try and pass it back or whatever, the whistle's going to go. So I just tried to whip it in. And there you can see we have it half-time, 1-0. So as it stands, we're going through. You see me on the little webcam there. What am I thinking? There's a lot of this going on. But as you can see, second half, starting here. I'm trying to do this quite raw as well, guys, just to sort of go off my sort of emotion of what I was feeling at the time. As you can see, we get another corner here. And again, I'm just thinking, right, I want to do something a little bit more outside the box. So again, I'm going to the back post. I'm trying to see if we can whip this corner in. And yeah, as you can see here, Hullet, get on the end of the header. Just over the bar. And there's one of the big turning point in this game. And that was one of them for sure. I think if Hullet had scored that, here with Mbappe, I tried a small bridge and I just miss it on the inside, which is an absolute disaster. Coming into the 70th minute, we are here now. And Tekkz is knocking on the door at this point, I'll be honest. It was pretty tough to defend against. And as you can see here, finds that ball into R9. And I feel like, I thought I was marking that with Kyle Walker. You know, I watched him do the run with R9 to then run back off with him. But I switched off Kyle Walker. That was completely my fault. It wasn't good enough tracking. If you go back and watch that, it wasn't good enough tracking from me. I should track the run with Walker the whole way. Instead, I think I switch off and I'm in two minds of what to do. But once Kyle Walker's in no man's land there, R9's only doing one thing, ladies and gents, and that is putting the ball into the back of the net. So 1-1, 70th minute, and I'll be honest, this was the toughest part of the entire game for me. This was the really, really difficult part. Trying to get through this against Tekkz is very, very tough. The finesse there from Rashford, I'm thinking, keeper, please. Please. Thank you so much. 83rd minute coming in here, and, you know, I've got to put the highlights in of what was happening at the time, and I'll be honest, Tekkz was doing very, very well here. Opens me up there. It's very poor defending from me. With Varane there, I don't know why I'm chasing after him. And unfortunately, we go 2-1 down 85th minute, which was a bit of a blow because I thought I'd played all right in the first game, but unfortunately, I switched off for about 15 minutes, and against Tekkz, you just can't afford to do that. In FIFA anyway, in competitive FIFA, against some of the best players, you can't afford to, but when you're doing it against somebody like Tekkz, you know what I mean? You are testing your luck there. As you can see there, the first game finishes 2-1. I was probably quite lucky to get away with that last chance as well. He could have potentially scored from that. And as you can see, I'm sort of just sat there here thinking, you know, I was confident that I could get back into the game. I knew I could create chances against him, just the same way that probably Tekkz thought the same against me. We finished the game 2-1 though, and we're going to get into the second leg here once I've shown probably the stats here coming at the end of the game. 2-1 to Tekkz, 61%. And that was one thing Tekkz was doing quite a lot in this game. He was actually keeping the ball a fair bit. Like, he was keeping just, not being, you know, a rat or whatever, but just in the way of the 4-2-3-1, it's not the meta formation on this game. It requires playing a little bit slower and that type of thing, which is why he was going for that. We've got the second leg kicking off here, and Tekkz is in the blue. And this start to the leg was tough once again. It's a nice chance created from Tekkz here. Again, that run into Hullet. Little bit of luck for the bounce, and R9 makes it 3-1, ladies and gents. And the game is slipping away from us. It's tough, man. It's tough. And when you're 2 goals down against Tekkz, you've just got to think to yourself, right, you just got to go for it in your head. But obviously, not tactics-wise. I didn't want to throw, you know, the kitchen sink at it, if you like, just yet, because it was still quite early in the game. You know, there's still, 70 minutes to go. I don't want to fly at him yet, because Tekkz is going to be very good at exposing that. He's got plenty of experience of playing against, you know, constant press. So here, I'm just trying to build up. Nice ball into Neymar here. And I just want to get a skill move off to try and get around him. Do a nice little drag back there to get around him. Mbappe with the dead stop. Hullet back into Mbappe. And we find a goal back in the game to make it 3-2. And I needed this, man. That was a huge goal for me, because to score straight away and get yourself back within 1 goal is just mentally is a huge thing. So here I'm like, right, okay, we're back, you know. A few defensive mistakes or whatever. But, you know, we're back in the game here. You can see Tekkz here is probably thinking, you know, oh, for God's sake, one of them kickoffs or whatever. Tekkz tries a bridge here. I read that pretty well. And as you can see here, Tekkz's team's quite pushed up. So I'm thinking counter-attack. And here we go, ladies and gents. This is a huge moment in the game. I go through on goal with CR7. Don't ball roll the keeper. Absolute nightmare. It's probably one of my biggest regrets. It's so fast-paced in the game with Tekkz. And this happens. I panic. I press an offside trap. Stupidly not marking a pass properly. I press an offside trap. And all of a sudden, it's 4-2. Literally, honestly, it was probably one of the most devastating moments, and you can see it from the webcam and the face cam from me there. I'm absolutely devastated at this point, because that was such a big turning point. If I make it 3-3 then, and I watched the chat after the game, and it blew up saying, you know, do you not know to ball roll the keeper? Obviously, just ball roll the keeper. And in my head, I'm like, I ball roll the keeper all the time. It's probably one of the things I'm, like one of my quite good traits in attack. I'm very good at doing the ball roll and timing the ball roll against the keeper from sort of previous experience. And I just don't do it on that one occasion. I think at the time I thought Varane was going to catch me. But, you know, Varane wasn't going to catch me. I had a free chance to score there, and I choked it. And that is the difference sometimes in these games. But we're still in the game, right? We're still in the game. 4-2 down, it's tough. But as you can see here, could have been 5. And that really could have been it. A great AI block coming in from Varane there. When they go for you, you just have to say, yeah, you know, fair enough. Nice bit of skill here with Kulusevski. I believe you pronounce it like that. I mean, don't quote me. Nice little lock-on run here. CR7 plays the ball into Mbappe with that nice, like, sort of ball roll skill. And we find a goal yet again, ladies and gentlemen. And we're 4-3 down. And I'm just knocking on the door constantly. It's like we're constantly getting back into this. You know, it's a huge game. And to keep getting myself back into it, I'm like, come on, you know, I've got a chance here. And as you can see here, getting into sort of the last 30 minutes, this is where I knew to myself, right, if I want to put something on or some sort of press on, you've got to do it now. And as you can see, Tekkz goes through here. Another mistake for myself. He thought I was going to move keeper near post. That's why he's tried to shoot far post there. I just stuck to my ground, probably somewhat out of nerves, I'll be honest. 70th minute, and I'll be honest, it was so difficult to get in against Tekkz here. I'm trying everything I can. Davies coming down the wing here, just trying to create as much as possible. He's marking them runs down the line constantly because he knows that's what I want to use. That's what I want to go for. But we do find a way in. We find a way in. And just why? Why not pass it to Mbappe? I think I was constantly thinking in my head there that the defender was going to block it, and I was so scared to pass it. And Tekkz does a good job of pressing me and, you know, eliminating any sort of chance of me creating there. And Tekkz is up the other end here. And to be honest, at this stage of any competitive game of FIFA, and I get very lucky for it to not go to R9 there, it's just about game management. And as you can see, Tekkz here, you know, he's trying to hold the ball a little bit, trying to waste a bit of time, as anybody would. You know, this is nothing against Tekkz. Very smart play to do. And as you can see here, the ball goes out for a goal kick. We've got one more chance, ladies and gents, to pull this back and take it to extra time. In my head here, I'm just like, what can I do? You know, his press is so good still. And, yeah, we go up the pitch here with Walker, Varane coming into the midfield. Tavernier, great super sub, by the way. What an absolutely amazing player. Varane, come in. Can we find anything? Can we find anything? I've got to build up so slow here because I know if I lose the ball one more time, then it's over. Kulusevski into CR7. We try outside Lasco just to get past him, but it's too little too late, ladies and gents. And that will be the game for a chance to represent England. Unfortunately, we lose 4-3 against Tekkz. What a game, to be fair. There was some really good goals in there, to be fair. I was really happy with my second and third goals, but unfortunately, I made some, you know, key mistakes. You know, that one-on-one at 3-2 down, you know, if I make it 3-3 there, you know, the game can be so much different. As you can see, the gameplay will have ended there, but the result could have been so much different. But it is one of them things, but if, you know. At the end of the day, I would say Tekkz deserved it. I'd say Tekkz had a little bit more control. I made a few too many mistakes, which, you know, at this level, I put this on my tweet that I put out afterwards. You can't really make them types of mistakes, you know. This is, you know, this is a stream game to play for England. You can't be making mistakes where you offside trap in the middle of the pitch, and that really was the game changer. 3-3 to 4-2, just like that, is, you know, an absolutely huge game changer. I've said that about a million times now. But I can say now that Tekkz did go on to win the final after this game. Obviously, like I said, this was the semi-final. Tekkz went on to win it, so I was absolutely buzzing for him there. You know, for him to have beaten me, I thought to myself, well, hopefully at least he can go and win it, so I can say, you know, whatever, lose to the winner. But Tekkz was very nice in his interview afterwards. Obviously, me and Mr. Donovan were very, very good mates. And he's very sound in the interview afterwards, you know, sort of just sending his condolences and stuff. A big shout out to Tekkz and congrats on making it to the main man. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of breakdown of the game and sort of looking into sort of what I was thinking during the game, etc. But yeah, man, always so tough to play against Tekkz. Unfortunately, we do lose 4-3. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. I'm also going to have, guys, some 30-0 custom tactics coming out and also the 30-0 rewards from the most recent weekend league that we played in. So plenty of uploads coming. And thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you all on the next one.